everyone. My name is Timothy Mitchell. I'm here with LexJet. I am in the EFI facility in Londonderry, New Hampshire, and I'm here with my friend Rob Levin. Rob, hi.
Hello.
Rob, what's your official title?
Sales Development Manager for Wide Format.
Fantastic. So I have the right guy for the job. All right. So I'm here, and I've noticed one of the things about EFI's portfolio is you seem to have, EFI has an approach which is you have a lot of different tools. So if you have a need for a flatbed, you have a flatbed. In fact, you have two flatbeds. And if you have a need for a hybrid, you have two hybrids. And you also have a true dedicated roll-to-roll printer that I have behind me here, which is the 32R Plus. Mm-hmm. What's kind of the thinking, first of all, behind the different tools, you know, why a kind of a special tool, and then also, why would you get a dedicated roll-to-roll? What is the main thinking that goes into a dedicated roll-to-roll?
Well, as I've heard you say many times, we're looking for the right tool for the right job. If I'm going to do some flexible material and only flexible, I'm going to run that on a true dedicated roll-to-roll. If I need to run rigid material, I'm going to do that on one of our flatbed platforms. If I need to do a little bit of both, that's where our hybrid platforms come into play. When we run dedicated on a roll-to-roll, I've got much better media handling and registration just geared right for that roll-to-roll market.
What are the key aspects that you get with this printer that's unique to it?
Okay, so this is our mid-volume roll-to-roll device, 128 inches, so it can do those 8-foot banners, it can do those 10-foot banners. I've got CMYK as standard, and optional I have white and I have clear.
Okay, so it is a white printer and a clear printer if you want to add those options.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Now this is an LED printer, UV printer, Cool Cure. Explain that a little bit, because I think that's important. It uses almost no heat.
Correct. No heat, and therefore also very little electricity. So we use LED lamps to get the waveform to cure the ink. Now, the benefit of the LED lamps is the length of time that they last, over 20,000 hours.
Cool.
Plus, they don't heat the substrates over 80 degrees. The lamps themselves don't heat up over 180 degrees. So therefore, it has a very minimal impact on your environment and the rest of your shop, and has no impact on your materials, no warping, no melting of the materials, and provides for a wide range of substrates that you can use.
Okay. Hey, another thing I noticed about the LEDs when they were running is when you send the job, like, you're going. Like, there's no warm up. Like, it's instant on, instant off. It's not like you send a job and then it has to warm up for 5 or 10 minutes. Like, you're going.
Correct. Yeah. The minute you send that job, the operator's not standing around doing nothing, waiting 15, 20 minutes for those lamps to warm up. The minute you send the job, it starts printing. When you're done with the job, it actually turns the lamps off. So when we talk about 20,000 hours of lamp life, that is 20,000 hours of putting ink on material. No standing around time and no waiting time.
So at those number of hours, it basically isn't even a consumable. I mean, it's just like a permanent part of the printer.
That is true. It is not considered a consumable. It is covered under the extended warranty for the printer, and chances are you will never replace a lamp array in the printer. You will upgrade to one of our bigger printers long before then.
Okay, so LED lamps, Cool Cure, uses almost no energy, very environmentally friendly, very friendly for your pocketbook, uses essentially, I mean, it's a single phase. And then they last pretty much, that you can expect them reasonably to last the life of the printer.
Absolutely. And you mentioned a very interesting point, single phase. So our electricity requirements are very minimal. We're running a single power expectation of a single phase, 220 amp 30 volt. So comparatively to the other 10-foot printers in the marketplace, this is a very low power consumption printer.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm used to printers in this footprint to be 3-phase.
Correct.
Which is just remarkable that it's running a single phase to me. A couple other things I noticed. Does this printer print double-sided?
It does. So we're not going to run double-sided inline, but you're going to take the jobs, print on the one side. We've got the great registration and all the tools to then be able to flip that roll and run through on the second side of the material.
Okay, because things like banners, there's a lot of people that like, this would be a perfect printer to do a double-sided banner.
Correct, yep. And again, that's why that would be something that you wouldn't want to use a hybrid for. That would be something that would be a perfect application for a true roll-to-roll printer.
Well, thinking about your workflow a little bit then, can you run, let's say I had a banner, right? And I had just a single banner I wanted to run. I don't want to web it up and I don't want to waste anything. I want to just be able to take the banner, load it onto the printer, 10 foot, and print one banner and then cut it off.
Absolutely.
Can I do it with this without any waste?
Absolutely. If you were to web it up, you would lose 6 to 10 feet of material. But our engineers have designed this printer that if I wanted to do a short run, I can go ahead and run that without having to web it up. I also have the choice that if while I'm running, I decide that I want to go ahead and run it longer, I can then web it up after I start printing. So I'm going to use every bit of material that runs through this printer, and I don't have to have that significant waste.
Okay, well, that's very clever. I see what we have on here is a single roll. Does this also support dual roll printing?
Yes, so we can run dual rolls up to 440 pounds per roll.
Wait, per roll?
Per roll.
Wow. That's heavy.
Then I also have the ability to do a heavy duty winder that will run up to about 1,750 pounds.
750 pounds with the heavy duty winder.
No, 1,750 pounds.
1,750 pounds.
1,750 pounds.
Okay, that's a lot.
Very heavy.
All right, and so the last thing I guess I'll mention here, just as a general overview, is all of your printers, as I understand it, come equipped with software.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the EFI Fiery software.
So all of our printers are going to come equipped with our Fiery XF RIP. Now, if you did have a workflow that you preferred, you can work with your existing workflows, but we are going to bundle in Fiery XF. And one of the benefits to that is a single point of contact for support. The fact that we manufacture the printer, we manufacture the ink, and we manufacture the RIP is really going to be helpful in any type of troubleshooting situations.
So someone who's going to be just focused on a roll-to-roll, I'm assuming two of the things that would come to mind would be, I have a particular application that's all roll-to-roll, and I run a lot of it. And so a dedicated high-speed option has to be the way to go.
Correct. And having that high-speed dedicated roll-to-roll allows us to put tools in there that you may not have or need on another platform. And some of those we'll talk about later, but like our inline slitting or being able to do ID backprints, things of that nature that you wouldn't need to do on a rigid, we can build that into our roll-to-roll device to make those dedicated jobs much easier for you.
Yeah, you mentioned some of the options that this printer has, and there's quite a list, and we'll get to that in a little bit, but I think having that list of options would then allow you to further tailor make this roll-to-roll to be exactly what I want to do something.
That's the goal.
Thank you very much, Rob.